Question number 5 in the EOT. Determine the intervals on which f is continuous. Now over here to start, all that you need to know is the following. Number 1, whenever you have a square root means that the index here is 2. A square root function is continuous only when the inside is positive. So for example, when you put square root minus 5 in your calculator, it will give you an error. So to find where a square root function is continuous, all you need to know is when is the inside positive. Number 2, whenever you have a cubic root function, so the cubic root means the index is 3, it is odd. When the index is 3 or any odd number, 5, 7, whatever, this one is continuous everywhere from negative infinity till positive infinity. So if you look at questions 21, 22, 23, 24, they are discussing this idea over here. Starting with question 21, I have a square root of x plus 3. So again, I need to know when is the inside of the root positive. Now I will say x plus 3 should be more than or equal to 0. So this is a linear equation. Okay, so I can solve this. I can subtract 3 both sides. 3 minus 3 will cancel. So x is more than or equal to minus 3. So now the interval, if I want to write this as an interval, we go from minus 3 all the way to positive infinity. Why all the way to positive infinity? Because it is more than. Now, you need to know the following. Whenever we write an interval, we either use a bracket or a parenthesis. How can I know which one it is? Bracket means that the number is included in my answer. Parentheses mean it is not included. So now look, is the 3 included in the interval? Well, yes, because we said more than or equal to minus 3. So I will put next to the minus 3 a bracket. What about the infinity? The infinity is not really a number, so we always put for the infinity a parenthesis. And now this is the final answer. Now, if you are ever confused whether I should put a bracket or a parenthesis to this number, all you have to do is check with your calculator. If I were to put in my calculator x plus 3 and I calculate this at minus 3 and I click equal. If the calculator gives me an answer, so I put bracket. If the calculator gave me an error, I put parenthesis. Okay, now I continue to question number 22. Same thing. I see this is a square root. So again, I need to know when the inside of this is positive. Now, x squared minus 4 should be greater than or equal to 0. Now, this is not a linear function, not a linear equation, sorry. There's a power 2. It's a quadratic. So what do we do in this case? In this case, you will solve this normally as equal to 0. X squared minus 4 equal to 0 means x is 2, x is minus 2. Okay, now, how did I get this answer? If you are ever confused here, you can do this in mode 5-3. Factor this, a is 1, b is 0, c is minus 4, so I get 2 and minus 2. Now I draw a line. I put minus 2, 2. Now I need to check where is this going to be positive. How will I know? I need to take test points. So for example, before minus 2 I can take minus 3. Between minus 2 and 2 I can take 0. After 2 I can take 3. Now I take it and I substitute it into this. So I go to my calculator. I will write the equation x squared minus 4. I will click calculate. First number is minus 3. So what did I get? A positive answer. Now again I click calculate. I put 0. What did I get? A negative answer. So here I got positive, here I got negative. Now I do the last one. I click calculate and I put 3. What did I get? A positive answer. So where is this going to be positive? Here and here. So this means between minus 2 and 2, the function is not continuous. So now I will say, as an interval, we are going from minus infinity till minus 2. Minus infinity will get parentheses, minus 2 will get a bracket. And then from 2 till positive infinity. And now this is the interval. In the final, they can change the question and ask you, where is the function not continuous? If the question asks you where it is not continuous, you will say it is not continuous between minus 2 and 2 because this is where it is negative. Okay. Now we go to question number 23. In 23, I have a cubic root. What does a cubic root mean? Cubic root means that the function is continuous everywhere. So that's it. I will say from minus infinity to positive infinity. Now I go to question 24. 24 has x minus 1 power 3 over 2. Now, what does this power means? Whenever you have a power that is a fraction, you can convert it into a root. If you remember, if you have x power a over b, this means that this is, or let's say for example a over n, this means that this n is the index of the root and this a is the power of the x. So the denominator is always the index of the root. So here, what do I see the denominator? I see it's 2. So what does this mean? That this is a square root. This is how I can rewrite it. So now again, how is a square root continuous? Whenever this thing inside is positive. So now I will say x minus 1 power 3 should be more than or equal to 0. Now, since this is 0, I can cancel the power 3. It's like I took the cubic root of both sides. So now x minus 1 greater than or equal to 0. So x is greater than or equal to 1. Now I will write my interval from 1 to positive infinity. Again, if I am confused whether I should put brackets for the 1, just write the function same as it is, power 3 over 2, click calculate, put 1. Did the calculator give me an error? No. So I will put bracket.